What a difference a year makes. David McNabb is here with Adult and Teen Challenge of the Mid-South, and about a year ago, you were having to pivot, which was the 2020 word, to figure out how to make your fundraisers work,
Right.
and make it easy for folks to attend and support and still get you all the help that you need.
Right.
This year, things either have fallen into a formula or people are at least breathing a little bit better to know how they can support you.
Very much so, Julie. Last year we had to cancel almost everything. The gala which our largest fundraiser every year, we converted that to a virtual format, which was fun. I mean, we got some of the message out, but to be able to get back and get actual people in a room is going to be a tremendous thing for us.
And that's the plan.
That is the plan. That's the plan. On May 20th, it's going to be a very busy day for us. On May 20th, we're starting at 9 o'clock that morning. Dr. Monty Burks, who is on the governor's staff, he is with Special Projects. He's the director of faith-based initiatives over substance abuse and mental health for Governor Lee. He's going to be doing a special breakfast for us on our campus for pastors. It's going to be a special thing where we can talk about the importance of faith when it comes to dealing with addiction and other things that they might be dealing with in their congregation.
And you know, David, perhaps more this year than any other, y'all have seen the need for that, because with COVID, one of the main takeaways across the country was the rise in depression
Yes.
and drug dependency and addiction.
Just the fact that you lost the ability to communicate and be with people. Dr. Burks, one of his philosophies, one of the key things that he's going to share with us on that day is that the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is relationship. And because if we can't maintain our relationships and be a social people as we're supposed to, we'll find a way to try to accommodate what we need on the inside. In so many cases, addiction is the option. And so what we're going to be talking about that day at the Breakfast for Pastors, and then at the convention center, we're going to have two seatings. We're going to have a lunch seating and an evening seating, one at noon and one at 6 o'clock. Dr. Burks will be speaking again as our keynote. And then David Phelps, gospel recording artist, is going to be there to share a concert after Dr. Burks speaks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a very, very busy day, but hopefully we'll get the message out to a lot of folks that there's help for folks that are dealing with addiction.
Well, and you were talking about how the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's relationships. So often you can have somebody in your life who you love,
Yes.
that you try to help them through a situation. I don't care if it's helping your child with homework. I mean, it can be anything. And
Right.
somehow you're telling them what you know will help them, but they can't receive it. They can't hear it. Hearing it from somebody else in just a different phrasing can be all they need to connect.
It surely can.
And you see that, I'm sure, every day.
Absolutely. We've got folks that have been I won't use the word quarantined, but just because of their circumstance of life, they've been segregated because of their addiction. Perhaps they've lost their families because families try to take care of themselves and they have to push people away at times, and it's the most painful thing. Julie, addiction is a horrible thing, but the most helpless, most hopeless person I've ever met is the person who's trying to help them out of their addiction, and they don't know how. And until you have somebody that can step alongside of them and say, listen, let us try to help you carry that burden. Let's help you try to point them in the right direction where God himself can take care of the issue. That's when we find that they're starting to some folks start bouncing back, and family members feel like they have hope again.
Well, and what's also so nice about the way y'all work is that even though the family so much wants to help this person they love, they can't. It has to be the individual person who wants to come to you, which makes the journey organic, if you will.
Yes.
They're really a partner in it.
Yes, and that's the old saying that we've always heard. We've heard on TV. You know, you can't fix a problem until you admit you have a problem, and you can't admit you have a problem until you've gotten to your rock bottom and you can't see up. And those are the folks that come to us, and that's when that takes place. Then you've got some real hope for getting some things turned around.
Okay, talk about what you do with the monies from the gala. Obviously, you keep things going, but you are not a person to stay idle. You're always looking to where you can go next. So do you have some plans?
We do. Right now, we're working with just the last few weeks. We've struck a partnership with the Salvation Army, with the Community Kitchen, to let the folks know that that, you know, we've got lots of things going on in our community. Chattanooga is a wonderful place, but we've got big city problems. And the homelessness and things of that sort, we are, what we see in the news almost every day. And so we're working with local agencies to partner to try to get to the situation where we're not putting a Band-Aid on the issue, but we're getting to the root source. And in so many cases, addiction is the root source. So those funds that you mentioned, yes, we have the program operating. It's always a big deal. But we're trying to let the folks know that even long after this pandemic is over and we're back to normal, the opioid epidemic is still going to be an issue, and folks are going to need to know that they have a resource here in Chattanooga that's just down the street.
And that's judgment free. So here's how you can go ahead and get your ticket to the event. You've got 2 seatings now for the event on May 20th. Sorry. His eyes got huge because I was rushing it a bit. May 20th is the gala for the Adult and Teen Challenge of the Mid-South. And is there still time to get your ticket for the Friday event as well?
Yes. You can reserve a table, your entire table, bring your friends, or you can just get your personal tickets. That's fine, but with our website.
There's the website to get yours. Thank you so much, David.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Ashley Home Stores.